Hey, how's it going, Cat Army? FSUA Gaming here today, and we got a pretty cool one in. So, it's not an M4, it's a VFC Scar L. So, if you guys didn't know, this gun actually uses a proprietary electronic system. So, it uses these little bullet connections to pretty much give you a clean look when you can fold the stock and it still be an AEG wired to the back using these little prongs. But, running an 11.1 and a MOSFET, putting a lot of current and a lot of freaking shots to this thing, those contacts are gonna have a lot of issues and it's gonna probably be the failing point. So we're gonna have to bypass all that stuff and use some ingenuity at FSUA Custom. So anyway, let's get right into this build. And as you guys can see right here on the back of the gearbox, you see these two little metal parts sticking out. Those are actually the prongs I'm talking about. So those connect to these little tiny metal buttons inside of the stock that slides up and it gives the gun current. It's pretty funky how it works. So one thing to keep in mind when you're doing any gun that's ambidextrous, be very careful with these little ball bearings right here. So these things just love to disappear on you, so just make sure you put it in a safe spot. And don't make fun of me in the comments, but I don't know how, but I cut the crap out of my hand with this ambidextrous fin. I don't know how, but it pinched the crap out of my skin and it hurt pretty bad. Alrighty guys, we got the gearbox finally open and we're going to be going over some of the parts we're going to be putting into this gun. So first off, we got the real deal super strong Tappet plate spring, and then we got the real deal 5.0 piston that's already AOE corrected to make our lives a lot more easier. We got the version 2 hybrid that the customer gave us to make this gun super snappy on semi-auto. We also got our 18-1 SHS gears to really be able to really precisely shim our gun. We got the retro arms trigger to make this gun look beautiful. The HG 40K boost motor to really make this gun snappy that the customer gave us as well. We had the FSUA quantum bucking to really make this thing hop heavy BBs alongside the Madbull 6.03 Python barrel. This gun is going to be an absolute beast when it is built. And one of the things I personally like to do before I start any build is just to make sure the gearbox is nice and clean and spiffy for its brand new life. So one of the things I'm just doing right here is I'm just checking the shimming between the bevel gear and the pinion gear. I'm just looking to make sure that when the gun's shooting, the bevel gear is not just going to bounce up and down too much, just stripping itself on the pinion gear. So as you can see, I'm just making sure I'm having the right amount of movement, which is I'm looking for about 0.1 millimeters of play. And if you're new to shimming and new to teching, another way you can check too is if you did it too loose, is if you add another 0.1 millimeter shim. If it's just not moving anymore and it's just way too tight, then you know you're pretty much in the green area. So after the shimming is done, we are moving on to the electronics part. So now we're just installing the Perun V2 Hybrid stickers onto the selector plate just so we can calibrate it so the safe, semi, and full auto are working properly. Like I said before, the customer already had his motor and he already had his MOSFET, so that saves a lot of money for him on this build. So now that we installed the real deal piston giving us superior air compression, we are going to do the AOE correction part. So luckily for us, the real deal pistons already come AOE corrected for us, so we don't need to do any dremeling or modification to the piston teeth themselves. We're just going to be adding some washers until the sector gear and the first tooth are at a perfect 12 o'clock position. And as you can see right here, we're just comparing the two Tappet plate springs, the stock one and the real deal one. As you can see, this one is really springy and it's not going to turn the Tappet plate and the air nozzle into forward position fast enough compared to the real deal one. As you can see, this thing is incredibly strong. This is going to give you super good feeding and super consistent FPS. Alrighty guys, out with the old and in with the new. So we're going to be installing this FSUA bucking and this Madbull 6.03 Python in a barrel. So I really do like these buckings. I used them for my own personal guns before I used them in my custom lines and also my tech work. They kind of remind me of like a Toke Murray gun, you know. These buckings have the ability to really hop heavy BBs even if you're shooting low FPS. For instance, my gun is shooting 300 FPS, 0.32 gram BBs for outdoor use, and this thing was actually shooting about in the 150-180 foot range, so awesome. And these inner barrels, they're old school, tried and true, everybody loves them. I used them, I never had an issue with them, and together, it's going to give us some amazing results. Alrighty Cat Army, check it out, we got the gun completed. This thing looks amazing with this trigger. Although it is not the full-size trigger for the Scar, it looks pretty clean. Anyways, let's give it a couple of shots. We're going to be using an 11.1 LiPo with 0.25 gram BBs. As you can see, it's a pretty windy day. That Josh tree over there is about 95 feet away. Where's my BB? Hit. You can let me run up my high cap real quick. Alright, got the mannequin right there. And a little bit of full auto. Nice. Oh yeah, this thing shoots very nice, very clean. Hey, how's it going, Cat Army? FSUA Gaming here, and if you guys like this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it to help our channel grow. Let's grow that Cat Army. And if you guys didn't know, I'm so grateful and so happy to announce that one of my dreams came true. I'm officially sponsored by my favorite YouTuber, The Real Deal Airsoft, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the cheek clapper builder. So I say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Love you guys. Have a safe day. Peace, Cat Army. If you guys are still here, you guys can go ahead and press that playlist and watch me build some more guns, or the other playlist right there below it. See me shoot some people, or press my profile and subscribe. I'd appreciate it.